Hey friends, welcome back to the channel. In this video, I'll take you through a typical day in my life as a software engineer working from home. My day usually starts around 8 to 8:30 in the morning. I have a strict no devices policy in my bedroom, so I usually get out of the bed as soon as I wake up and let some sun into my apartment, and then I get ready to kickstart my day. First, I leave my water kettle to boil for my tea as I finish my morning routine. And yes, I'm a morning green tea person, no regrets there. I make myself a morning snack, usually a peanut butter sandwich, and get to my work desk at least few minutes before 9. I like catching up with all my emails and Slack messages before I start my work. It helps me make sure I don't miss anything that I have for that day. So the time is just few minutes past 9 now. Usually we have a daily stand-up at 9:15 for my team. So if anyone doesn't know what a daily stand-up is, it's essentially a meeting for your team members to catch up and discuss what you did the previous day and what you're going to be working that day. So my current project is Switzerland based, and I'm the only person who's working remotely here in Prague. So this is one of the opportunity for me to catch up with all the other members as well. And sometimes it's just a meeting with my architect to discuss the solution that I'm going to be working on that day, or even show what I did the previous day. So if your team is following an agile development model, this is a very common practice in agile project management. So it looks like today I'll be having my stand-up only with my architect. So I'll be discussing with him some of the things that I worked on the previous day and potentially discussing some things that I'll be working on this week. So I just finished my stand-up and I want to take this moment to explain what I do at IBM. So at IBM, I'm part of the Salesforce Cloud practice. What that means is basically I work on Salesforce Cloud. If you haven't noticed my Trailblazer hoodie already. So Salesforce is arguably the first SaaS, software as a service provider, and they're also the #1 cloud provider who provides the best CRM services out there. Even though Microsoft Azure and AWS are our competitors, they're also our partners because Salesforce dominates the CRM space. CRM stands for Customer Relation Management, and Salesforce offers different types of clouds like Service Cloud, Marketing Cloud, Sales Cloud, and I have done an entire video explaining what Salesforce is and how it works. I will link it somewhere over here if you're interested. So coming back to what I do, I essentially develop on Salesforce. So on the current project, I'm fully focused on the back end of the project, but as any cloud developer, you're supposed to know both front end and back end because it's kind of hard to develop any solution on any cloud platform without having a solid grasp of the architecture and the whole full stack picture. So on Salesforce, we use a language called Apex as a backend language, which is very similar to Java. And on the front end, it has its own tech stack, a JavaScript framework called LWC, which stands for Lightning Web Component. So Salesforce also uses a relational database from Oracle. So we use SQL in order to query this data. And the other thing with Salesforce is that it comes with its own inbuilt automation tools. We have many tools called flows, process builders, workflows. So these are basically low code or less code automation tools where if you have a feature or you need to implement a solution without having to write lots of code, you can use these tools because it's easier to maintain in the long run and it's easier to implement an easy feature without having to go and write lots of code. So coming back today, I think I have got lots of work on my hands. I have to test a few of the features that I worked on the previous days, and I also have to deploy the code that I worked on. So yeah, I have to at least finish a few of them before I go for lunch. So yeah, I'm gonna get to it. So I successfully finished deploying the code, so I'm halfway through the task for today, but it's almost 12:30, so I think I will go grab some lunch before I sit on my next thing. For lunch, if I don't have anything at home, I go out to my favorite vegan restaurant nearby. I have been vegetarian for over a year now, so this vegan restaurant is my work from home go-to. On the way to the restaurant, I like to listen to my podcast, and currently I'm listening to the Tim Ferriss episode with Hugh Jackman. Good conversations, really enjoyed it, highly recommend if you haven't already. As I enjoy the spring sun outside, I wave to a little doggy I saw on the street and head on to the shopping mall where my lunch is. This place serves healthy, tasty vegan food in a buffet style, and for me, there's no better place to grab a quick lunch if I'm working from home. As I'm having my lunch, I look at the vegan celebs the restaurant is promoting, and as an F1 fan, I should say 7-time world champion Lewis Hamilton is a pretty convincing athlete that anyone can look up to if you're trying to turn vegan. After my delicious lunch, I head right back home. Coming back from my lunch, I see the time is only 1:10. I still have some time left in my hour-long lunch break, so I stayed watching some YouTube videos from some of my favorite creators. And ever since I started this YouTube channel, I've changed the way I watch YouTube videos. Every video I watch, I try to learn something new from the creator. After a few detours, I get back to my work and hustle to finish the rest of the work I had for the day. And around 3:30, I took a coffee break and checked my Instagram and saw that the McLaren F1 racing team is hiring an intern for a week. I couldn't resist but apply since it's only for a week. Even if I get hired, I'll be more than happy to take a week off from work for that kind of experience. After that little ambitious goal chase, I finished my work for the day around 4:30 and I started prepping for the gym. I made myself a pre-workout protein shake before I hit the gym. I changed to my workout clothes, did some flexing to show off my gains, and made sure to be at the gym before the peak time hits. The later in the evening it gets, the more crowded the gym is, so I prefer to be there as early as possible. Today was leg day, my favorite and most hardest workout at the gym. After the traditional workout, I threw some ropes and kettlebells around to finish off the workout in style. And post-workout, I did some mirror show to flex my gains again before I finally head home. Coming back from the gym, after a quick shower, I still had some energy in me to get some work done. So I did some research for my next YouTube video and also prepared the editing script for my video editor for the very same video you're watching now, and finally went off to prepare something for my dinner. I quickly made up a healthy meal with some rice and vegetables while watching Netflix. I'm currently watching the documentary called Down to Earth by Zac Efron. The show is really my kind of vibe, where he travels around the world to find healthy, sustainable ways to live. The show is 2 years old, but I somehow discovered the show very recently, and I highly recommend you to watch it if you haven't already. After 2 episodes around 11 PM, I'm pretty beat after a long day. I decided to call it a day as I leave my gadgets to juice up and go off to my bed around 11:30. If you have enjoyed this video, make sure to check out my other vlogs on this channel. And until then, thanks for watching. I'll talk to you guys in the next one.